Welcome back for another video. So FPL have just made a huge change starting this season. Defensive contributions now score points in FPL. So how does it work and why have they made this change? And do let us know below what you think of these changes. If you're new around here, I'm going to be making daily videos all season to help you do well in FPL, so make sure you're subscribed. Let's get into it. So historically, defensive mids have always been completely irrelevant in FPL, right? Because goal involvements are what you want from your mids and forwards. Their ceiling's generally been like 2 or 3 points, so we've never been buying defensive mids. Defenders have generally been really reliant on those clean sheet points as well, and we all know like that pain of losing a clean sheet and realising that you're probably ending up with 1 or 2 points max. Well, defenders, midfielders and forwards will earn points from ball recoveries now, so that's more points and more ways to score them. So in terms of defenders, they'll earn 2 FPL points for every 10 combined clearances, blocks, interceptions and tackles, which they're calling CBIT. That's in a single match, with a maximum of 2 points per match available from this metric. And then with midfielders and forwards, it's slightly different. They'll also be rewarded with ball recoveries also added to their criteria. But they'll need to achieve 12 defensive contributions to earn 2 FPL points. We'll go deeper into how the scoring works in a second, but how will this have affected last season's scoring? Well, this table is courtesy of the Premier League, which shows players who would have benefited the most. So Tarkowski would have scored 44 more points. That's massive. Now that would have nudged him from 105 to 149 points. Caicedo, incredible player, right? But he's always been a pretty irrelevant FPL pick. He goes from 98 to 140 points. He was only 5 million. Interestingly, the defensively poor sides do benefit a lot as well, which makes sense because obviously they're constantly having to try to make defensive contributions to stop the other team from scoring. So this will be great news for those 4 mil defenders on our benches that usually we never want to be subbed on. Like Bednarek, he would have scored an extra 40 points. They were one of the worst teams in Premier League history. Sorry if you're a Southampton fan, but an extra 40 points for Bednarek. Fast, an extra 34 points, etc. So to run over that again, any defender who reaches 10 clearances, blocks, interceptions and tackles in a match will score 2 points extra. So it's just like how keepers need to reach 3 save points for an extra point. The notable difference to keep in mind is it's capped at 2 points per match maximum. And as far as mids and forwards, as mentioned, they get some extra rewards that defenders aren't eligible for. So besides the clearances, blocks and interceptions and tackles, their ball recoveries also count towards their total. Now what exactly is ball recoveries? Well, it's things like being first to a loose ball, starting a counter attack, or for securing stable possession for their team by making the first controlled pass after a moment where the two sides have fought for the ball. Now since they're going to have more routes to points, they're going to need 12 defensive contributions, whereas defenders only need 10 per match. So what do you think of the change? I'm going to weigh in, and I actually think this is an excellent change. Right? It opens up our choices so much more now in terms of players to pick, and more points is more fun. I actually did an April Fool's back in 2023 that some of you older subscribers might remember, where I said they're going to add a defensive mid position that rewards you for ball recovery. So it's kind of similar to that, but obviously no new position added. It's going to take some getting used to for sure, and obviously we have to assess how viable it actually is to buy and start defensive mids in our teams. But FPL's back very soon, so that's exciting. Stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed, and see you soon for the next one.